Oh, hello.
Itchy.
Hi, you itchy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hi.
What, Mozzie?
I don't know. There's a lot of bugs within the bush.
Sometimes it's just like a cat scratch, and I'm like, oh, Sage, scratch
I
me.
think it's a rabbit. Thank you for the sorry for the ramble. Thank you for the sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you for
You're welcome.
sorry for the
For
thank
the
you.
welcomes. Yeah, sauce. How are you?
I'm not bad. I am a little bit mortified by the amount of times I said like in the last two podcasts because I was so nervous. I could not deal with it. I tried to listen to it just to be like, okay, what did we actually talk about? Because I felt like it was like 3 years ago. And yeah, I said like about 50 gazillion times. So I'm so sorry.
But nowadays, that's the only way to describe stuff.
Like.
Yeah. You know, when people go, you know, like that, like that colour, like.
Yeah, but it's
It's
not very fun to listen to. I'm sorry, guys.
Honestly, yeah. Anyways, can I tell you some news?
Yes, tell me all your news.
I've been very excited to tell you all these news. I've been researching my ass off. Anyways, this one is a really cool one. So in Delaware, do you know where that is?
Is that like Midwest?
I know it's America.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
I don't know. I'm not very good at where my states are.
Maybe
Texas.
Oh yeah, California. No, I don't. Anyway, Delaware is making history as the first state in the US to be a non-kill shelter. Some facts I found. To be classified as a non-kill shelter, they must achieve at least 90% save rate for all cats and dogs. So it's not completely non-kill, but at least they have that.
I mean, you're always.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have sick animals that you have to euthanize. You can't like.
Yeah, no, definitely.
There's no saving everything, unfortunately, but that is fucking cool. So, excuse my French, but that is really neat.
Yeah.
I love hearing more no-kill shelters open.
Yes, it warms my soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in Delaware, not only they're doing that, the other actions they are taking is including mega adoption events, which includes a reduction fee for adoptions, trap, neuter, spay programs for cats, educational programs, and behavioural programs also.
Why is there not more stuff like this?
Right?
This is awesome.
Yeah, I mean the behavioural one, which was the one I found real interesting because with dogs, especially rescue dogs, you need to put in that extra effort, and it's great they're doing that. And just some random stats, last year 733,000 dogs and cats were euthanized in US shelters. Cats are normally euthanized twice as much as dogs. But this shelter, the non-profit organisation, also offers free vaccines, pet pantry. So if you can't afford,
I'm gonna cry. This makes me so happy. Like,
oh,
so
wait for it. It gets better. They also have an emergency vet fund for families with financial difficulties.
Oh amazing.
So not only a non-kill shelter, they're also going the extra mile to help families. You know, teach kids. They do school programs as well. So yeah.
Honestly, that is so neat. Like, we need more stuff like that.
It warms my soul, honestly. Like, people that go the extra mile, that's not just a rescue centre, but a centre that also helps family financially, helps family with food, helps kids, educational. Yeah, they trap and spay, you know, cats and dogs, you know, stuff like that. It's amazing. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was great.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Again, it's in the news, but I'm not sure which one I want to tell you. Did you want to pick a random number and I'll tell you?
How many numbers do we got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We'll go 3 because that's my favourite number.
Oh, this one's not a good one, but
no,
but at least it's news. I felt like I wanted to bring this one up only because
you kind of have good news.
Yeah, well, it's only because shit like this happens, so we've got to say it. 200 animals were living in a home. Authorities seized close to 200 animals in Balch Spring. This was in Texas, where they found evidence of cockfighting and other animals. SPCA Texas and police and animal control took 111 hens, 31 roosters, 10 chicks, 9 puppies, 7 pheasants, 6 dogs, 1 peacock, and 1 kitten. This all started off as an odour complaint. Most of the animals are suffering from overheating, dehydration, open wounds, and missing feathers. 200 animals in a home. I kind of want to see what her house is like, to be honest.
Yeah, I need to see that. Like, I need to see the state that place is in. 200 in a house. Like,
yeah. Chickens, they make noise. How do you sleep?
Chickens make a lot of mess.
Oh my god, hang on. These roosters, she's 31 roosters. How does she sleep?
10 chicks.
How does 9 puppies?
I don't know how.
Wait, How do they accumulate these animals in the first place? How do you get to 100 chickens? Like at 10, wouldn't you be like,
Like, I understand if you
I
had
should
a huge
back off.
farm and everything was like done really well and like they had a lot of place to be and they were just happily living out their little chicken lives.
Yeah.
There are people who have lots of animals who care for them in incredible ways, but don't do this shit. Like,
not it's at a home, so
Yeah.
obviously not a lifestyle block,
No.
but an apartment, luckily, and they should
nah,
But-
not cool.
The weird thing is, I found out cockfighting. So she was obviously doing some cockfighting. Luckily, cockfighting is illegal in Texas, and criminal charges are expected for this person. But the crazy thing is, I googled because I was like, "What the fuck is cockfighting? Like, why do people do it?" Apparently, this comes from back in the day. Fair enough. But winning roosters can earn up to 200 in like smaller fights, 8,000 in bigger like upper market fights. $8,000 for a winning rooster.
Makes sense as to why people keep doing it, because I never really understood. Like, obviously, I know how horrendous it is. Like, they're fighting each other, they're picking each other. One of them dies, like, or if not both. Like, it's horrendous. But like, I kind of understand why people are still doing it if that's the monetary value. Like, people will do anything for money.
And you know what they do? They put like little knives on the back of the rooster's legs, and it's like stab, stab, stab. Yeah.
Sorry for laughing, but holy crap, battle roosters.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
I didn't write this down, but it was in the article somewhere that she had like wax string, because apparently wax string attaches to chickens' feet really well, and then that's why you attach. It's like Transformers, but roosters. You know, you can add extra stuff on for your chicken. But it's like
battle roosters.
But it's like a rooster should fight
Come
a
with
rooster.
extra knives.
Yeah, your rooster doesn't need extra knives to fight another rooster. I wonder
I'm
if
pretty sure it's got a knife on its mouth that can do enough damage.
Yeah, but they put it on the back of their legs. So it's like spike, spike, spike.
That's
spike.
so bad, eh?
Yeah.
Their claws are bad enough. Like, they do enough damage to each other, let alone having to like force them to do extra damage.
I mean, to be honest, it was I can't get over 200 animals in one home. So
No, me neither. It's
a fun time. Yeah. Anyways, you'll get more fucked off because today's topic, you're not passionate, you just get frustrated, I feel. Right?
a little bit frustrated.
Like, it's not like it's a biggie, but it does hit home just a little bit.
Like, just
a tiny bit.
Considering this topic directly affected my life, it's
Why?
Moon.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking you.
Like,
yeah.
Sure, I guess we'll tell them. Today we're going to talk about vaccines versus non-vaccines. Unvaccinated pets. I don't know how you want to phrase that one, but it is something that I'm a little passionate about. I'm pretty passionate about vaccines in general when it comes to humans and animals.
Yeah. So I didn't actually know what like a vaccine was, so I had to Google it. So just in case people that don't know, I mean, I know what a vaccine is. Like, I don't know what that is. So vaccinations contain a small quantity of altered or killed viruses, bacteria, or other disease-causing organisms. When administered, they stimulate your pet's immune system to produce disease-fighting cells and proteins or antibodies to protect against that disease. So I'm assuming it's like the flu vaccine. They have a bit of that in there, but then your body will be able to fight it and it comes stronger.
Yeah, and it can fight it in the future and it won't necessarily even pick up that bug again. Yeah. If it does get it, it's like, whatever later, shed that shit.
But we both are cats. Is your cat vaccinated?
Work. She's raised cat. I should probably check. He got her before we got together, so I know she's spayed. I don't. It's his cat. I'll leave that to him. My cats have all generally been vaccinated and all that jazz. I mean, for those of you who are on my own personal channel, it's you guys know about Moon, my cat that recently passed. We spoke about him in the last episode, but he had wobbly cat syndrome, and that was a direct result of the mother cat contracting a virus, a very, very common virus, which in turn, while she was pregnant, made the cats... Well, the virus basically eats away at their brain and the part of the brain that does mobility and coordination and stuff like that. So when it chews away at that, when the animal's born, and the animal's brain damaged.
Oh, my
It's never
soul is
going
broken.
to be okay again. And that's
Mhm.
how Moon ended up suffering so much as he did.
So the
because
mother wasn't vaccinated,
the mother
and then
wasn't
it can pass on to.
vaccinated. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, the cat wasn't born with the virus, but it affects the
Contracted
virus
it, yeah.
within the womb and
Oh.
the fetal growth. So, yeah, it was. That's why I feel pretty strongly about it, because that angel of a little being.
Moon was. I've met dickhead cats before.
Like, he didn't, for one, even need to be born, let alone be born with this horrendous virus, because
Moon was a sweetheart.
I mean, his mum was a stray cat, but that cat had to come from somewhere along the line.
Of another
Somebody
cat.
didn't do their job.
Of another cat.
So yeah, that's just that's how it affects me, and that's not me talking about exactly what. Yeah, it's just my own personal experience with it and why I might feel a bit strongly.
No worries. I just got some other facts, because you know me loving facts. For puppies, mainly they're given at 8, 12 and 16 weeks, and then every year on after that, sometimes a year or every 3 years. Most vaccines are parvo, kennel cough and lepto. For kittens, after 8 weeks, 2 to 3 injections are given every 3 to 4 weeks apart, and then hopefully after that yearly. The main vaccines for cats are HIV, HIP, cat flu and feline chlamydia.
Yay! Kinky.
Yeah, no. But no, apparently chlamydia is very popular in cats.
Yeah.
It's like an actual disease, I think, in cats.
Yeah, like in koalas.
Oh, koalas get chlamydia.
Yeah, you can't go and just handling a koala, like.
Sorry.
You gotta, they have just chlamydia, every single bloody one of them, pretty much. Like, they have to do chlamydia tests and medications and stuff when they rescue them, and yeah.
Oh, no.
Pretty interesting. Koalas are pretty cool. Pretty gross.
Yeah, koalas are spreading the chlamydia in the wild, huh? So stats from the UK, 35% of cats are not vaccinated as kittens. 41% of older cats have not been vaccinated regularly, and 50% of rabbits were not vaccinated when they were younger. I will say that too. Huggles wasn't vaccinated, but I don't think rabbit vaccines was as popular.
No, and we had basically useless vaccines, so getting them was almost just a waste of money.
Yeah, actually, I don't know what it's like in America, but here, there's only specific vets that even do rabbit vaccines. You have to call around.
And to get the right vaccine that actually works for all 3 viruses that we have, like...
Because we had 1080 that dropped, and there was a thing against that, wasn't it?
And I think that's the only thing that there isn't.
Oh, I remember when that came out, and I refused to let Huggles outside because it was airborne.
Mm.
And
I mean, I still wouldn't for airborne stuff regardless.
Yeah.
But, yeah, calcivirus is the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
Calcivirus, is that how you even say it?
Has an I, has a C, has an L.
Yeah, it looks like calcium, so I just call it calcivirus.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's like the main thing, and I think we've got 3 strains of it in New Zealand. So there's a vaccine called Cyclap, and that one only protects against 1 or 2 of them. Whereas the full vaccine, that good luck finding a vet who does that one. That one does all 3 of the. Gosh, I'm losing my words.
What?
Does all 3 of the diseases, whereas the Cyclap only does the 1 or 2. So if you're going to get a rabbit vaccinated in New Zealand, do call around and ask for the full vaccine. Oh my gosh, I'm tripping over my words. Because it's really important, because that's going to be the best decision you make. And it is a little bit more expensive and a little bit harder to find, but for your rabbit's life, it is, I think, extremely important. It's just not worth the risk, especially if you live in a place where there's lots of wild rabbits. Like here, Isha doesn't go outside because we have how many wild rabbits here, and she hasn't been vaccinated yet because I'm struggling to find a vet. And then, another thing about the full vaccine is that when you do find a vet that does it, generally they only have a vaccination day. So the people have to come and bring it in on that day and bring in their rabbits, because it's got a really short shelf life. I think they've got like 48 hours to use it or something. So they have to do as many rabbits as they can in one go, and it's like a minimum order quantity of like 12 or something. So they can't even just order one for the it's expensive.
I know when dogs and cats go out of our country, they have to get a rabies shot. because we don't have rabies in New Zealand.
We're smart about things. Kind of. Not really, because we've screwed up our country pretty badly with wildlife. But
true. Yeah.
That's another topic. Yeah. We should do that sometime.
Another day, yeah. We got so many stuff to talk about. We always go off on a tangent, so yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Let's see. So, like any drug or treatment or surgical procedure, vaccinations are not 100% guaranteed. However, used in conjunction with proper nutrition and good conditions, it could be good. I'm just trying to make
like nothing's 100%.
Yeah, right. I mean, I did say it's rare for dogs to develop any serious reactions, but some can include rashes, weight gain, swelling. But that's just like us when we get our vaccinations. It hurts a little bit. It's
a little bit tired.
Swelling.
My friend Trish, Reptilian Garden on Instagram and YouTube, her dog recently, she recently got a puppy and he got vaccinated, and she was saying that he was tired and not feeling too hot the day of one of his vaccinations, but he was fine the next day.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to your vet and be like, you fucked up my dog.
Yeah, like
it's going to happen.
It's like any medical procedure, there's going to be a risk. I think it's unfair to think of it being risk-free.
Yeah. Did you want me to read to you about a lady who wrote a blog that says, why I don't vaccinate my dog at all?
Yeah, all right, let's get my blood boiling.
Yeah, I was going to say, just wait for it. There'll be like fumes coming out of your ears, your eyes
coming out my nostrils. Yeah, like
definitely. Okay, and let me prepare.
Just for reference, I worked in healthcare. I still work in healthcare, and I have since I was 14 years old.
14 and working.
Before they changed the age of how old you're allowed to be before you can work.
Legally.
It used to be 14, so that's when I started working, and I've been working in healthcare in one form or another to this day. I'm 25 now, so it's like 10 years. This is why I'm so passionate about it, because I've seen some pretty horrific things on human beings.
Definitely.
So I don't want to see a poor animal go through.
And they can't talk either. That's the saddest thing. Because if we're a bit sick, it's like, I'm sick. I think I need to go to the doctors. But your dog would just be like, no.
I'm extra smushy today.
Yeah, I'm a bit tired. And you'd be like, oh, dog's a bit tired. Is you sick? No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I just feel, for the voiceless, you got to put in that extra.
Yeah.
Okay, so Catherine O'Driscoll, she is the founder of Canine Health Concern, a non-profit organisation that seeks help for dog owners, and she raises I'll say that again. Her slogan is, they raise healthy, happy, vibrant dogs. So basically she's saying a lot of dogs suffer from epilepsy. Allergies is also a huge thing now. Basically dogs are becoming allergic to life. We see a tremendous number of dogs with behavioural problems, largely due to over-vaccination and processed foods. She says vaccines are known to cause inflammation in the brain. Basically, she is just saying one vaccine is actually only lasting you a whole lifetime. Yes, that's what it is. So one vaccine lasts you a whole lifetime. So if we vaccinate dogs every year, we're basically over-vaccinating them to the point their brain is fried. So that's why she never vaccinates her dogs, and she's had dogs all her life and never vaccinates it. I don't know how much research has gone into that.
Yeah, I can't really speak on that.
I was going to say, it could be believable. That's what I thought. Like,
I mean, if you've got a dumb vet that's redoing things 50 million times for no reason, of course there's going to be damage. Like, even with humans, like, before they will give you a booster shot, they need to get your immunity levels checked. Like, for me, when I was working at one of our hospitals, before you even start working, they check your bloods and they run immunity tests. It costs hundreds of dollars and generally comes out of your own paycheck. But then you get the vaccinations and stuff for free, so you don't have to pay for vaccinations. Sometimes you get the test done for free as well. Sorry, my voice. But yeah, I found out that my measles immunity had basically gone. I used it up. I had been come into contact with measles and it had used it all trying to fight off measles. And that was, I know when that was. It was when measles was going through my brother's school when he was in high school. And I was still living with my parents. And I have a really bad immune system. I've been sick my whole life. It's terrible. If there's something around, I'll get it. I got meningitis after being vaccinated. Like,
see, you can still get it.
Like, you can still get it. Oh God, I went on a tangent.
Oh, no, it's
What
okay.
am I on about? I don't know.
There's just one other thing where she says, all medical interventions come.
Yes.
I had to pre-read this while you were talking, so I hope I don't fuck. She says, all medical interventions come with a risk. Even a humble aspirin can be deadly. So you have to do a risk/benefit analysis before you consider medications. Then, what are the risks of vaccines? I mean, she's got a point. I'll admit she's got a point.
I think you should be looking at the risks of everything that you do to your animal.
But a vaccine's not going to kill your dog or cat.
And if it does, like, that is part of the risk you took. Like, that is...
I should have looked up the stats of how many aspirins or Panadols kill someone a year.
Yeah. A lot of liver damage as well. God damn.
Wait, was that sarcasm?
No.
Oh, that's real. Sorry.
Yeah. Aspirin and Panadol and stuff screw up your kidneys and your liver. Like,
oh, really?
Majorly if you take it all the time. It's just like ibuprofen.
I didn't know that.
If you take it too much, it can burn a hole through your stomach.
Well, that's the point. Yeah. Well, yeah. Their main argument is, if we over vaccinate or not. But
over vaccinating, of course, it could do damage. Like,
they did do. There is this weird test called the titering test or titering test. It's basically when you submit a blood sample to determine your pet's antibodies to ensure whether or not.
They did with me.
To fight against immunity and see what they can fight against. So normally, if a pet has high levels of antibodies for a certain disease, they're not gonna get the dog vaccinated towards that.
Which makes sense. Like when you going back to my immunity test, if my immunity came back higher than a certain level, I wouldn't need a
booster
not
shot. Still?
No.
Well, that's like B12.
Technically, you're still immune.
I know.
But your immunity is just maybe a bit lower than what it was initially, but you're still considered immune to the disease.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was with me. My counts were so low that if I had gotten measles, there was no way my body was fighting that off.
Oh.
So I had to get the booster shot, which is totally cool. I did that. I was more than happy to do that because, well, for instance, my sister-in-law had a kid, so I didn't want to pass on stuff to the poor little baby. It's my responsibility not to hand off germs if I can help it to that poor little baby. So
also like cleaning your hands.
Yeah,
after you go to toilet.
After you handle your reptiles, you wash your hands.
Yeah.
I think there's precautions for everything. I think you're dumb if you don't take the precautions. I'm sorry, but it's a fact.
Yeah, but I don't know if you.
Why is measles back again?
Yeah, I mean, well,
we gotta switch it out.
If you're against vaccinations, at least go get the titering test. So you're not at least putting your pet's life 100% towards the disease.
If your dog has parvo or not.
Parvo's rates are very low for survival.
My boss, the pet store, told me something about parvo. If it's found in a building or something,
you can spread through your feet just walking out of the building.
But if they find it in the building, I think it has to be shut down for 14 years or something. They have to bulldoze the whole place. She's like, if we get parvo in the store, everything's shut down.
Fun fact.
So that's why we are very we don't take in puppies. We're very careful.
Yeah,
we've had dogs twice. That's it.
Or even just walking in dogs, you'd be a bit scared about that.
Yeah. So it's that's why we don't bring small puppies in. It's a really rare case for us to bring in puppies because we don't want to pass on parvo if it's
Yeah.
If a dog is waltzed in or I don't know.
Fun fact about parvo. I remember this. It's more prone to black dogs. I don't know why.
Weird.
And in summer, it can actually spread through heat. So parvo is a lot more popular in summer. So, but yeah, I know. I don't know.
Tracks heat.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't want to get your dog vaccinated or cat vaccinated, at least get the test done.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, so at least, yeah. There's this one other guy that I read. His name is Dr. Larry Glickman. He basically says, in vaccines, they cause autoimmunity like cancer, leukemia, organ failure. This research also indicates that genetic damage is possible since vaccinated dogs develop antibodies to attack their own DNA.
Oh, well, can you read that again?
I don't know whether they're saying vaccines are good or vaccines are bad. Okay, so this guy says foreign proteins in vaccines can cause autoimmunity like cancer, leukemia, organ failure. The research also indicates that genetic damage is possible since the vaccinated dogs develop antibodies that attack their own DNA. And this was a research that was done.
But what is the rates of that though? Is it like a small percentage? Because if it's a small percentage, I'm all for still vaccinating because
I was gonna say, what side do you get that?
yeah,
That's
I don't know.
all
I think
right,
it's like a pros and cons. Like I mean, if there's a small risk of something happening, like
I mean, if you got a dog, what would you do? I would vaccinate mine, to be honest. I mean, I would.
I know too many people with dogs. I'm not taking the risk of handing something off to somebody else's dog. Like that is my line. I won't be responsible for handing off an infectious disease to somebody else if I can help it.
True.
Sorry, I'm like
She's
snapping the table
about it. Yeah.
That's my line. I mean, that's just how I feel. Like I won't put somebody else at risk. Like if I want to put myself at risk, that's up to me. But then I better go live on a fucking island.
Yeah.
By myself because that's not fair on everybody else who's trying to survive. Or their dogs that are just trying to survive. Like it's not. I know I'm bringing human vaccines into this, but it does the same thing for us as it does for these animals. So I don't see why there is a difference. Like why it should be even like like it's important for both because it does the same thing. It helps you survive and it helps you stop killing other people unnecessarily. Like I don't want somebody to be hurt or the animal to be hurt because I didn't do my due diligence as a pet owner. Like it's just I don't know. Like what if my dog got a disease and bit somebody and their human got the disease?
Maybe.
You know? Yeah, exactly. Like
very spreadable.
I
was just gonna say it's like I don't want to bring up human vaccines again. That's a touchy topic for everyone. But like kindergartens, like doggy daycares, they have to check for your vaccination because like what if you don't get kennel cough for your dog? Your dog's gonna cough on another dog. The other.
I only bring it up because it's an example of.
I feel like sometimes if you match it to human ratio, it's like, a bit easier to take in.
It's not. I'm not saying we're the same, but it's like it's something that's how I get it into my brain. It's like it is to do with humans. We need to be responsible. End of story. We need to be responsible. And if you're not going to vaccinate, you need to do those tests and do your due diligence to make sure that other pets don't get ill or you don't pass anything on. That's basically it.
Well, that's like puppies. Before 12 weeks or something, you can't take them for walks because they're not fully vaccinated. You wouldn't risk that.
Yeah, it's like it's just common sense. Like I don't understand why you wouldn't. Like that's just my own. I don't understand. Like I genuinely don't understand why you wouldn't. Like that's. Please in the comments if you disagree with vaccinations, please put them in. But put it in the comments. But that's. Yeah, I feel very strongly on. I mean, as long as it's safe, of course. Like, I don't want you to go get some random thing that's never been tested, or like just shoot your dog up with any. Like, no. Yeah. Be smart about it. Go to reputable vets who use proper, not black market shit. Please. You know, like, just be smart. Yeah. Well, I totally agree with you. My final thoughts, basically, you either vaccinate your dog or you fucking go get the test. Because if you don't do either, you shouldn't own a dog. Yeah. Sorry. No, that sounds harsh. No, I think it's fair to say. Like, I mean, I'm not saying you have to get it yearly. I know some dogs get it every 3 years if they're on like a lifestyle block or something, or indoor cats don't have to get it yearly. Like, I'm not a dog owner, so I don't know what the exact schedule is for dog vaccines or whatever. You do your research as a pet owner on your animal. I know there's some animals that can't get vaccinated. So I'm not completely blind, but I do think it's important to consider actually vaccinating. So let us know. I mean, if you don't vaccinate your dogs, I would love to know the reason why. And if you don't even get the blood test, I would love to know the reason why. It's cool. Even if I don't agree with it, I want to know why. Yeah, it's cool learning other people's perspective. Yeah, I'm not going to sit there and yell at you or like fight you on it. It's just... Well, unless you tell us your dog died. Yeah, then I'm going to be like, you could have vaccinated. I would get... I'm sorry. But no, if you don't vaccinate your dog, you don't get the test, let us know why. That would be cool to know why, to be honest. I like knowing other people's reasonings for things. Like, I'm not here to fight you on it. I'm here to just state my own opinion. And, tell us what you think. Because, I don't know, I find it very... People's reasonings are also different. And people's experiences are also different. Especially different countries as well. Different countries are different. I mean, here, as we said, regulations. We don't even have rabies. Yeah, like... We don't understand anything about the rabies. I don't even know what rabies really do, to be honest. I just know it makes you foam at the mouth. Like, that's about as far as I know. It makes you eat. One, yes. That's in my brain, it turns you into like a zombie. Yeah. But I don't even know if I'm right. So, yeah.
well, we're done.
That's fun.
We're
Yeah.
done. Yeah. Well, yeah. As we said, let us know if you don't vaccinate your dogs or cats. I would love to know a reason why. Like, fight us on that. To be honest.
Please.
Yeah. But thank you for staying this long. Thank you for staying throughout the whole episode. Let us know your thoughts and any other topics you want us to do. Any fuck ups that we fucked up throughout the way. Let us know. We'll fix it on the next one soon. Hopefully.
And I hope you guys are actually glad that we're doing this regularly.
Trust us, we have been sweaty. I'm excited to end this episode, so I can go take this off.
It's just that first initial, this is way calmer than our last.
Yes, this is more of a chit chat between us now, which is nice. If we weren't filming this would be shit we're talking about. I mean, we're having a cigarette outside before and we're talking about stuff like this.
Yeah.
So, normal conversations we have. Yeah.
May as well have some people join in. So, and thank you to everybody who did watch the last couple. We
were shitting ourselves.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that anybody watched. Yeah, I went into the comments twice and I still need to go reply to people, but I was just so nervous and
I'm too scared.
I'll go and do that tonight. I'll go and reply to you all guys.
Thank you. Guys. You can do it for me.
Y'all guys. Okay, bye.
Okay.